Hey everybody, this is Dal Stone here, and it's D time. I'm back, guys. It is February 21st, and I'm back from my trip. It's been a couple days now. I'm just trying to get my everything kind of up and running again. Getting back to like my regular schedule. It's been quite an adjustment, to say the least. But I'm so happy to be back, and I figured I'd post up a video, let you guys know what to expect, and kind of just go over my trip just quickly for you guys, so you guys can kind of so you guys get a quick update on how that went. So first off, for those who don't know, I got married, went on my honeymoon, and went on to a trip with my wife's family and myself. And so we went to the Philippines for 3 weeks, and we went to Singapore in between that. And so first off, I want to talk about Singapore. And it was probably about the third weekend or second weekend, and then we went to Singapore, and Singapore was just absolutely amazing. Uh, just how modern that city is. It was so gorgeous. The architecture was like just beautiful. Like, it was architectural design orgasm. Like, it was absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing, great, great designs on even the bridges, from the bridges all the way to how their transit system worked. Everything was just so well done. And everyone talks about how clean Singapore is, and it was so clean. So yeah, you know what? Hands down, the Singapore, such a beautiful place. I can completely see why my favorite concept artist Fang Zhu moved there and started his studio there, because it's absolutely gorgeous. And if you guys have a chance to check out Singapore, definitely do so. Do some research as well. I mean, for me, I took it for granted. I knew that my wife's cousin lived there, and I was like, you know what, he'll show us around. I won't have to do any research. Boy, was I wrong. You know, you want to do research on Singapore so you know the places to hit up. Even though we had cousins in Singapore, I wish I had known there was a Universal Studios there. There was a cool water park there, a beautiful aquarium which we went to, and it was fantastic. But do your research, check it out. The food there is great. The people there are nice. It's super safe. Just unbelievable. Just take my word for it. If you haven't gone to Singapore, definitely check it out. So we went there for about a week, and then the other 3 weeks we stayed in the Philippines. And it's really, like, I mean, I've been to Vietnam, which is where my parents are from, back when I was younger, when I was about 14 years old. And like, I remembered coming back from that trip and going, oh my god, thank god I live in Canada, right? And my time in the Philippines was very, very similar to that. It really, really reminded me, to appreciate what we have here in Canada. Where I was staying at, we were a bit more out in the province, and so the facilities, let's just say it's very, very minimally developed, right? It's one of those areas where you go somewhere and you need to bring your own toilet paper, because it's not standard to have toilet paper there. I mean, if you're at the airport or something like that, then sure, there's toilet paper. If you're going to like a fast food chain, then yeah, sure, there is toilet paper. But if you're going to just a mom and pop shop or something like that, you're not gonna have toilet paper. So the facilities there were very limited. There was no showers at the place that I was at, so we had to use like buckets and scoops and stuff like that. And it was such a good experience, and it was a good experience because now at least I know that if I need to, if I was ever stuck somewhere or in a situation where I don't have a shower, I know how to do it without, having a shower head and all that stuff. So it was a really good experience in that way. Pumping water, I've never had to pump water from the ground before, and to do that, and it was kind of like my daily morning and afternoon and evening, like I did 3 times a day exercise, to pump the water, carry the buckets into the washroom and all that stuff. So really grateful for my wife's family for taking me in and welcoming me to the family and meeting all the people that I haven't had a chance to meet. So thank you guys so much for all that. And yeah, it was pretty awesome to meet the other side of more of her family. She has a huge family, and so this was kind of like that 10-15% that never met before, that I had a chance to go and meet. Not having internet for like 80% of my trip was something that I had to adjust to. It's crazy, because I remember back when I was 14 years old going to Vietnam. Internet was just kind of was getting there, right? Internet was finally a thing back then. So it's been about 12, 14, yeah, like 13 years of being used to having internet access, and then being cut off was something else. So yeah, so I love you, internet. I love you. I'm glad to be back to nice and good Wi-Fi and not have to go to some random restaurant on the streets to get Wi-Fi. So yeah, so that was great. So we were in the province for about 2 weeks, spending time with family, and then for 1 week, me and a couple of the cousins went to an island of Philippines called Palawan. Very similar to Boracay, I guess. A lot of people might know Boracay. It's a little bit more popular. And yeah, so we got to enjoy 1 week of just beautiful beaches and excursions, swimming, snorkeling, all that stuff. So that was super fun, being out in the sun, being out in the water. I faded already from the excursion. We did that about one week was in the province, and then the next week we went to the excursion. Then we went to Singapore. Then we went back to the province. So one of the biggest highlights for me as like an artist, or as just was going to check out the underground river. It's one of the 7 modern wonders in the Philippines right now, or in the world, sorry, but it's in the Philippines, in Palawan, and to be able to check that out, and that was absolutely amazing, to see the natural formations of these rocks and this cave full of just bats and crazy ecosystems and stuff like that. It was really, really cool, and definitely something to check out when you're there. Now, fair warning, the boat ride to get there to the site is longer than the actual tour itself, and that was at the end of our trip, our little Palawan mini trip there, and I got pretty seasick because it takes a really long time to get there. It doesn't even take long to get there. It's the waiting, because it's such a popular place to hit up now in Palawan that there's lineups of boats just waiting to line up to take you on back to land and then take you to the site. So it was just crazy. Like, I felt like I was on that boat for like an hour idled, and the waves are not small. The waves are pretty strong. So make sure you don't eat too much when you do that excursion, or when you do that tour. But it was fantastic. It was great. I definitely recommend it. Definitely at least doing it once in your life to see one of the 7 wonders is pretty cool. And one thing that I definitely have to take away from this trip, and maybe I'm just getting old, okay, but I think 2 weeks is perfect for a trip somewhere. 2 weeks is perfect for like a long distance trip. Like, if you're going out of your continent, I think 2 weeks is perfect for that. 3 weeks is like maximum. Like, I'll never do anything longer than 3 weeks now, just because being away from home, like, I love home so much, and I get homesick. Not only do I get homesick, I just miss everyone here. I miss my family. I miss I got to see my brothers and stuff like that the first day I got back, but I haven't even seen my parents yet. I'll do that later today. But you start to miss just you start to miss your routine a little bit. You start to miss you start to lose the flow of things, and so it'll be nice to eat, cook my meals and the meals that I like to eat. I felt like I ate pretty trashy when I went on my trip. Here I portion things a little bit more, and I get to cook fresh food that I like to eat. I just recently found out that I have an intolerance to pork, and in the Philippines they love their pork, so there's just pork like every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I had to kind of like portion my pork ratio and stuff like that, and I don't have to worry about that when I'm here. So yeah, and that's another thing about the Philippines is, like they a lot of their food is organic, right? So they want to have a chicken, they're gonna go to the back of their little farm and they're gonna kill that chicken, and they're gonna take out the feathers and all that. Like, and I got to see some of that, and I was like, holy cow! I really wish I didn't see that, especially pig. That was seeing how they kill the pig, is brutal. It is brutal to say the least. It's so crazy because I remember when we were having this feast and they like killed 4 pigs or whatever. Like the kids are stoked. The kids are like, yeah, like kids in the village were just like, all right guys, yes, this is so fun, this is exciting, let's go watch them kill the pig. And for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm like cringing, and I'm like, oh my god, Jesus. And then you know what? I was like, you know what? Okay, so I can see in the corner of my eye. I've always said I'll try something at least once in my life, right? And so I watched. I watched them kill a pig, and I mean this must sound like I'm like a pansy or something, but it was pretty brutal, and I am kind of glad that that I have an intolerance to pork now, and I'll be eating it very little from here on out. But yeah, minus that. Sorry guys, kind of went on a tangent there. Lastly, about the whole weeks thing, 4 weeks is too much for me. I think 4 weeks is way too much. I don't think I'll ever do another 4-week trip ever again. So yeah, so don't ever expect me to be gone for a month like that ever again. All right, so that's my trip. Next on the list, guys, that I want to talk about really quickly here, if I can. This video's already going a little bit longer than I wanted to. Is this here? Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. So this is the game for you guys who might not have known. Oh, sorry. I've been working for the past year and a half about, well, what is it, Nina? What is this thing? What the fuck is that? All right, hold on. Let me just. Sorry about that, guys. That ad, I don't know how that got on there. Okay. Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I've been working on this for about pretty much my whole time that I've worked at EA, and so now it's finally out, right? I mean, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. It's out on the 23rd of February, okay, which is in a couple days. But if you have EA access, you can start playing it right now. I'm just gonna quickly check on Twitch here to see if there's anyone even playing it or how popular it is for viewership and stuff like that. I'm always interested to see how well a new game does when they first comes out. I'm sure that it'll get more viewers when it officially comes out in a couple days here. Oh, there we go. There's about 275 viewers right now on it. For a game that hasn't come out yet, it's not bad. It's not bad. So yeah, so Garden Warfare is out now, and oh man, Jesus, what is up with that ad? Okay, so yeah, I mean 82 as of right now is not bad. I mean, I can see it probably going down a little bit lower because of all the reviews that are probably going to pop out in a couple days. But you know what? I'm very proud of this game. I loved working on this game. And So hopefully you guys, if you guys are into Plants vs Zombies, you guys love shooters, it's definitely a game to check out. And I know everyone looks at EA and it's like the evil corporation and all that stuff. So, but at the end of the day, it was a lot of love that was put into that game, a lot of passion put into that game. And I'll be back at work on Monday or tomorrow, and we'll see where I go from there. I mean, the game is going to be shipped, so that means that I'll be probably put into a different game, and hopefully it's a game that I can talk about, and I can talk about it. If not, then I'll just not say much about it at all. um, so the future of this channel, again, I'm just trying to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to continue to just, when I'm working on my 3D stuff, I'm just going to record it, talk over it, whatever. If I feel like I'm getting tired and the videos aren't very good, I'm just not even going to upload them. And hopefully you guys have been enjoying the video so far. And yeah, I really need to start getting back into 3D stuff. And yeah, thank you guys so much for the follows. It was really nice to come home and check my subscribers numbers going up again, and some of the videos getting some good hits. So thank you guys so much, really appreciate it, love you guys, and I am back, and you guys should be expecting some videos in the next upcoming weeks. All right, thank you guys so much.